So let me ask you a question. What if your life could be a direct channel for a higher purpose? Well, that's the central idea behind a devotional book we're going to break down today. And believe me, it all kicks off with one really powerful metaphor.
Right out of the gate, the book hits you with this compelling call to action. Grab your light. Start channeling purpose today. And yeah, that sounds super inspiring, right? But what does it actually mean? What is this purpose, and how exactly are you supposed to channel it? Okay, let's dig into the framework the book lays out for us. All right, so the book we're talking about is called Who is God's Channel? And it's by evangelist Pastor Ben. Now, the core idea is pretty straightforward. You, yes, you, can be a direct channel for God's power. But here's the twist. According to the author, unlocking this whole thing starts with understanding a specific identity that he says you already have. That's the key right there. And this Bible verse right here, this is basically the foundation for the entire book. The author makes a really big point about this. It's not some goal you have to strive for. Nope. It's presented as a statement of your current reality if you're a believer. The book is really arguing that this identity is something you already possess, and just getting your head around that, well, that's the key to everything else. Okay, so what is this identity we keep talking about? Well, the book centers literally everything around one concept it calls the gift of righteousness. And look, to really follow the logic of the whole book, we have got to understand what the author means by this specific phrase. And this is where it gets really interesting, in my opinion. The way the book defines this is, well, it's not what you might think. A righteous man isn't someone who's morally perfect or who always does the right thing. Not at all. Instead, the author defines it as a status, a free gift that's given to anyone who accepts Jesus. The big takeaway here is that it is absolutely not something you can earn.
And this gift, it's not just a nice idea. It's got a practical function. The author describes it as an invisible garment that you're wearing right now. And he's clear, this isn't just poetic language. It's meant to convey a very real, very tangible sense of divine protection over your life.
The book goes on to claim that this garment has a seriously powerful outcome. The promise is that when you operate from this identity of righteousness, it can bring peace even into your relationships with your enemies. So, okay, you've got this identity, but what's it for?
And that question brings us right to this central challenge. The devotional frames this God-given identity as a tool for a very specific purpose, to overcome what it calls the mountains in your life.
And right away, the book makes this super personal. It basically asks you to pause and identify your own obstacles. What are those seemingly insurmountable challenges that you're facing right now in your own life?
And one thing the book is very clear on is that these mountains are not just some abstract spiritual ideas. No way. It lists the real, everyday struggles people face. We're talking about challenges in your marriage, with money, your health, your kids, your job, your business, even those persistent bad habits. The book frames all of these as obstacles that need to be leveled. So here's the crucial point, and it's a promise taken from the book of Isaiah. The solution to these mountains, according to this devotional, isn't to climb them through your own sheer effort. Instead, it's about relying on a divine power that actually goes ahead of you to clear the path.
Okay, so let's recap. We have an identity, this gift of righteousness, and we have a challenge, leveling life's mountains. But how do you actually apply one to the other? Well, the book offers two essential tools for the job, faith and prayer. And the book draws a really sharp contrast here. It describes what it calls the world's way as being super confrontational. That whole eye for an eye mentality. But then it proposes a totally different approach, fighting the battle with spiritual tools and, maybe most importantly, handing the ultimate outcome over to God.
So, what's the key that unlocks these weapons of divine power? It's faith. The book is crystal clear about this. It states that faith is the one non-negotiable element. It's what activates God's intervention in your life and makes pleasing impossible. And prayer is presented as the primary action you take. It's not a suggestion, it's framed as a direct command. Are you in trouble? The instruction is you should pray. Are you happy? The instruction is sing songs of praise. It's laid out as this direct line of communication for literally every situation you could find yourself in. So you've embraced the identity, you've identified the mountains, and you've equipped the tools of faith and prayer. What now? Where does this all lead? Well, the book concludes with the ultimate purpose for you, the reader, and it's a very clear call to action. See, the purpose extends way beyond just your own personal transformation.
Readers are explicitly encouraged to share what they've learned, to pass on the daily devotionals, and to connect other people to what the author calls the healing channel. So evangelism, in this context, is framed as simply helping other people get connected.
And this quote right here, this really raises the stakes. From the book's perspective, sharing this message isn't just a nice thing to do. It's presented as having real life or death consequences, an act that can literally save a person and cover over their past mistakes. So this personal mission of you being a channel then connects to the much larger mission of the author's ministry. The book's introduction actually outlines their global goals, and it frames this entire project, including your participation, as part of a much bigger effort. And they do note that this effort is supported by financial contributions.
And all of this brings everything right back to the central metaphor we started with. The entire journey we've just walked through, from understanding your identity, to facing your mountains, to connecting other people, it's all designed to lead you to this one simple invitation: access the channel.
Ultimately, the book positions your life as a conduit, a channel. And so the really provocative question it leaves you with is one that I think we can all ask ourselves. If your life is a channel, what's flowing through it?